noise is a bit loud, but I'm just going to speak really loud. So, hey guys, thanks for jumping on the Thursday night. I know that we changed it to Monday, so Tremaine, if you want to start recording, go for it. So the really cool thing is, wow, I'm loving seeing Rosanna. She's got a house full. Hey Rosanna and your team. Let's get away from Rosanna. Rosanna and her team, can they hear us? Maybe not. All right, so massive shout out to you guys. Yeah, they can hear us okay. Massive shout out to you guys for getting to Celebration. So I would regard that as probably the best celebration that we've ever been to. It was short, it was to the point, it was full of gold nuggets, absolutely loved it. So I just kept writing note after note after note. So firstly, I wanted to hear from you guys and I wanted to get a big shout out, but before we do that, tonight we have someone pretty special who's jumping on our call. And you know, for those of you that are jumping on tonight's call, that are on tonight's call, and you still got, I would say, let's, for the next 5 minutes, keep inviting your team, invite people onto tonight's call, because you're literally going to be hearing from a powerhouse couple in the US who last month are number 16 in our whole company of income earners. So invite, because, you know, you guys are going to hear some absolute gold. Now, before we get to those power couple, I wanted to hear from you guys, and I wanted to hear, what is your number one takeaway from Celebration? What are you going to implement into your business? You know, for those of you that were there for the first time, you know, was it all that you expected? Was it more than you expected? Were you like, are you so pumped coming out of Celebration that you just can't wait to get into it? So if anyone would like to open up the lines and just share what they're going to implement in their business, we would love to hear that. If you're looking at my forehead and realizing that it's probably about as red as it gets, that's cool. I'm happy for you to laugh at it. Like, seriously, laugh at my forehead because it is so burnt. Like, my head is killing me. But if you just want to open up and share what you got from Celebration, then please do, because I can't wait to hear it. Sorry about the motorbike in the background.
Well, I'm happy to go first.
Okay.
So one of the big things that I took away from this weekend, it was the best that I've been to, and I think the speakers that they had, they were absolutely incredible. But I love the build local and grow global. You know, like, and build deep. Like, teach our team, teach everybody in our team how to have and share the vision with them. You know, one of the things that was suggested to me is to create a really happy space for my team that we can all come together, and that can be on learning. It can be learning about the business or just sharing the story and really teaching them a sense of that community, because we do have an amazing community, and getting our people to share their stories more. They're some of the biggest things that I've taken away. Like, I've got notes upon notes upon notes, but I've just been looking at the ANZ business page the last 2 days and really drilling down on the things that I need to do, keeping it simple, back to basics, talking to people, not being afraid. I spoke to the guy signing me up for electricity yesterday at my front door. I've got a meeting with him tomorrow to talk about the business. And I would never have done that 6 months ago. But what the hell? What have I got to lose? So that's my takeaways.
Awesome. Anyone else? I'd love to hear everyone else's.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, my biggest takeaway was basically to not shy, a bit like Tremaine, I guess, not shy away from talking about the business opportunity. You know, because it is a massive opportunity for a lot of people. And I guess because that's sort of in my mind since Celebration, already talking to people, I can straight away see and pick up on the conversation that like nearly everybody you speak to is like, how's your day? What's your day going? Oh yeah, it's not too bad. Working. I've got to pay the bills. So I'm now definitely, out there presenting the business opportunity along with the whole health and wellness thing. That was my biggest takeaway. But also, another great one from, we went to see Kylie Donaldson in one of the breakout sessions, and she was really good about just being, right from before you even sign people up. I know we've said it before, is talking about getting people paid, right, even before they sign up, and I was always sort of like, oh, I'd come back to that later, but then it's like, then you've got to bring it up and it's a bit awkward. So now it's just, from before I even sign them up, it's like, and I'm going to show you how we're going to get you these for free because you're going to love it. And yeah, I've started to do that, and it's just so much easier. Then there's no problem bringing it up. But yeah, again, I agree with you, Greg. It was probably this was our third celebration, the best one we've been to, because we thought it was awesome having just the 2 days, and like you said, short to the point, great speakers. And I did like the customer day on the Friday. Almost, I didn't get my Uber driver there, but he said he was going to come but never turned up. But I'm still in contact with him and following up. But yeah, no, I loved it.
Hey, awesome, Pete. I'd love to hear from some of the younger group that we had. We had Rosanna's, pretty much her whole family there. But I'd love to hear from, I know that we had like about 10 people under the age of 25 in our team there this year. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Please share, how was celebration for you, and have you caught the vision? And is it everything that you wanted?
All right, so I've got a couple of the young ones here. They'll tell you what they got out of it, I think. Here you go. You're going to come in, Josh.
Sorry.
So say which one you are.
Go, Josh.
Me.
Yep, nice and loud.
Hi guys, I'm Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the whole event. For me, I was a very skeptical person. I didn't really think that like the product would work that well. I didn't think that the business model would work well. So I kind of went in just kind of really bit skeptical. But then talking to and hearing all the nutritional information from the dietitians and everything really just kind of confirmed my like just I believe in the product now. I've seen the results from all different kinds of people, from losing weight to actually putting on muscle and increasing their performance in like different in the gym and being an athlete and everything. So yeah, my biggest takeaway from that was just that the product really works and the business model clearly does work with all the Start 1000 and the millionaires and everything. So yeah, looking forward to being one of them eventually. But yeah, so I really enjoyed the whole event. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm Danny. I'm only 17, but I really actually enjoyed celebration. When we first got in there, it was a bit full on. I was like, what the heck is going on? Everyone's dancing. What is this? And but yeah, by the end of it, I was like, holy moly, I just cannot wait to be 18 so I can like be a part of this. I cannot wait to do an Ice Body challenge and eventually win one, which I'm sure I will do. And eventually, like, I cannot wait to just be a part of the community. And yeah, as Josh said, like I was talking to Dr. Paul last year and stuff like that, and getting information with and help with my athletics and stuff. And everyone's really helpful, which is something that I thought was awesome. Everyone's more than happy to give you information and tell you how you should use the products to better yourself. And now I literally walk down the street and I want to tell everyone. And even though I can't sign anyone up because I'm not 18, I'm like, oh, I have all these friends who are now doing isogenics. I'll get you onto them. You have to do it not for my benefit, but for your benefit. So, yeah.
Cool beans. Is that good? My favourite part of the event was watching their faces. from going like to then going, what the fuck is this? And then just coming back so buzzed. And they went out, they got vision boards ready, and they're doing their thing. And I think we came back after all the flights were cancelled, about 3 o'clock in the morning. And then Josh turned up at like 7:30 the same morning back at my place. And it was like, and then they were working all day. And then at 1:30 in the morning on Tuesday, I said, okay, guys, I'm going to go to bed. And I'm going to leave you guys to keep going with this. And they've just been going and going. And, you know, it was their idea to have the launch party straight away. And, yeah, I think they've done well. They've invited some friends, you know, and the same thing. Some friends didn't turn up, some friends did. And, but they're really, it's nice to see them motivated and looking more excited about their futures because of Isogenics and what it has to offer. That's it.
Yeah, I love that. And guys, do you love doing it together? Like, are you loving the fact that you guys can link arms and do this together as a team?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. We were sitting down Monday night, all like doing our vision boards and like getting flyers ready and stuff for today. And I was like, guys, this is like the first day of the rest of our lives. Like, we all get to work together to create a better future for like ourselves. And this is our team now. And I just thought like that was so cool. That's it.
Wow. Love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. And, you know, you're going to create your own tribe. Like, you're going to create your own tribe of young people going against the status quo, you know, living life on your terms. And, you know, that's the exciting thing. Impacting lives, living life on your terms. And, you know, that's what's absolutely mind-blowing. What I'm seeing right there with you guys is going to explode. It's going to grow. I can see you guys having 10, 15, 20 people in your house on the next, you know, the coming Zoom call. So, love your work. If that is loud in the background, I'm sorry. All right. Anyone else want to share?
Yes, I would like to share. Like the guys said, I just loved how there was, you know, people my age that earn like over $100,000 a year. Not that the money like matters, but, you know, they work on their own terms. Yeah, they're going against the status quo, and like the community, just like everything, it just like blew my mind. Like, I was already pretty like passionate about it all, but seeing it for myself and seeing the dietitians also talk about it and back it, like all the research, all the studies that have been done. Yeah, blown away. Like, can we all be back there, like jumping around? Had a good time, and yeah, it's so good to meet you all as well. So I'm just a lot more pumped, I guess, to keep growing the business and keep inspiring people my age to try it and to see what happens. Not just people my age, obviously everyone, but that's obviously one of my main target audience, I guess. So, yeah.
Can I say something, Greg? Hello?
Go for it, bats up.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, look, it's really, really good to, you know, hear how everyone's belief needle has shifted throughout the event. You know, it's really, really, really good, and that's, I guess, the power of the events. You know, there's no other way you can shift your belief so much in such a short time. I guess the biggest takeaway for me was probably in one of the breakout sessions with Zach Sloban, and I guess the beauty of this business is leverage. And it was a really eye-opening moment for me when he drew out, you know, there's 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and that is the, you know, absolute maximum that you could work for yourself. Obviously, you can't work 24 hours a day, but the leverage, you know, if you have 5 people, and look, let's face it, a lot of people that come into Isogenics are either product users or they're part-time users. So if we look at it from that perspective as a part-time thing, and you've got 5 people, and if they do 1 hour a day, you know, and just using that leverage over time, that really just blew my mind of what was possible with this business. Yeah, and for anyone that didn't get to see Zach's piece on the events app, I don't know if they're up already, but we can obviously re-watch those, but I would highly recommend it. It blew my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it, Jazza. That's awesome, mate. Yeah, he was incredible. Did anyone else want to share?
Yeah, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, mate, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, just a bit of a again going back to Zach, bit of a paradigm shift with leading from the top down. So to lead with the opportunity and then default back to the products. It's something that we've been working on before that, but it was just good for that to be reinstilled in, you know, leading with the opportunity first. Also, I liked his analogy with the apples. Your red apples are your business builders. Your the guys that just get it and want to run with it. Green are just sort of sharers and happy to go along and could become a red apple. And then you've got your rotten apples. So not to waste too much time trying to make a rotten apple, a green apple, to maybe become a red apple, because you throw a rotten apple into a healthy bunch, and it's just going to, all the other apples are just going to get rotten.
Yeah, it's a great point, mate. I love it. Absolutely awesome. Thanks for that share. I think that's a big analogy, is the rotten apple, the green apple, and the red apple, because we spend so much time on a rotten apple sometimes, and reality is we're spending so much time in the wrong direction. And once just understanding that, we can pick out, still give them love and care and look after them, and hopefully they have a great product experience, but just understand that, they're probably not going to build the business unless they do something different, work on their mindset, but sometimes a rotten apple is your values as well. And that's the thing that I took out of it for me, was you can enroll someone who doesn't have the values of what you want in your team, and that's a rotten apple. Even if they're a business builder, we have to understand that what is a red apple in your eyes? Because a red apple to me is someone who aligns with your values, your core beliefs, and wants to link arms with you and work and be coachable. So, did anyone else want to share before I bring on our amazing guests?
Hi, can you hear me? Hello. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm Carol. I'm the newbie, thanks to my good, dear, precious friend Rosanna, who gifted me a ticket to come to Celebrations this year. I did Isogenics last year, which was amazing for me, but I was never told about the business opportunity. So when I met Rosanna at church, it was amazing to hear that you could actually have a career out of this. I work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, in an office, early morning in the train and back. But to know there's another way, and I found being at Celebrations was an eye-opener to dream big, because a lot of people get stuck at that. This is in the corporate world, get stuck in status quo, that all we're meant to do is wake up in the morning, go to work, pay the bills, and come home. But, ta-da, thank you, Isogenics, which is a gift. I get it that there is another way, and I'm so excited to have a mentor like Rosanna and all her millions of children, and we're going to rock this. We really are. So that's me. Thank you.
I love it, Carol. Thank you so much for sharing. It was great to hang out with you. And the first time I met you, and Rosanna obviously shared this opportunity with you, and you were there at Celebration, and now it's time to take that information and put it into work and go for it, because you guys have got something great happening over there with Rosanna and her team. So, all right, now I really wanted to just touch base with everyone and see what they wanted to implement, because it was an incredible event. And now we've got the amazing pleasure and honor. Like, this is absolutely one of my greatest honors right now. I'm just going to move my page right now to the beautiful JT and Rachel, because, like, to give you an idea, guys, we met this couple, we're talking a powerhouse couple. We're not talking just a couple. We're talking a powerhouse couple. 18 years of network marketing experience that is coming onto our call tonight. Like, not 12 months, not 18 days, 18 years experience, right? So we met this beautiful couple in Mexico, and yeah, JT's pointing to his beautiful wife, and Rachel, you are incredible. But we met this couple, this powerhouse couple in Mexico 2 years ago. And to give you a little bit of an idea, right? To give you an idea, at the time, 2 years ago, we met them, and they were at a level in our business of 4-star 2 years ago. And fast forward 2 years, they've gone from 4-star to 10-star platinum, right? 10-star platinum. And not only that, last month we're awarded top 16 income earner in the whole of Isogenics. So when you look at those guys this week of going up, you know, top 25 income earners of Australia, these guys are top 16 income earners globally. So when you look at Kylie Donaldson, who's number 17 in the world, this is who we have on our call. We have JT and Rach, and I want you guys to absorb as much information as you possibly can, because I'm going to ask them a few questions of, you know, what their journey is about, how they got to this point. And remember, I want you to understand the number, 18 years experience, right? So understand that number. Some of you guys in this call haven't been alive 18 years, right? You haven't even been alive. You haven't even been on this planet as long as they've been in network marketing. So just understand, if you're 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years into your journey, understand that what these guys are going to share, like, if it takes you 18 years to get to the position that they're at, where they're financially free, they can travel the world, they've got thousands of people in their team. I mean thousands.
And can I also say, what a privilege and an honour, because they're coming on with their 18 years experience before Isogenics as well, to impart this on us that are just babies. So we're here to take on everything that Rach and JT have to say and learn from their experience to explode this business, right?
So get your questions ready, because I'm going to introduce this power couple. I'm talking power couple here. And I want to say a massive thank you, JT and Rach, who are in Australia. They're in Byron Bay, and they've just said, you know what, we want to jump on your call and check it out. And I'm like, would you like please share a couple of questions? And they're like, for sure. So JT, Rach, please unmute. We love you guys. And how are you going? How's Australia? How was celebration for you guys?
Well, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, there's a totally different atmosphere here in Australia than even a global celebration. I mean, global celebration has, you know, massive amounts of people at it, but with just I mean, I guess you could say it's small, but 3,000 people is not really that small. But the amount of energy and excitement that was in that room was just unmeasurable. It was probably the best Isogenics event I've ever been to.
Yeah, I agree.
In all that I've done. And yeah, we had to travel a long way to get here, but it was well worth it. It was well worth meeting as many of you as we could. And we had a wonderful, great time. We're having a great time now. Even though it rained all day today, we still got out and saw some beautiful areas. We went to where?
Broken Head,
and did a little hike to the Three Sisters. It was amazing, beautiful. Saw a little wild wallaby out there.
Oh, we saw wallaby. And hey, thanks,
So cool.
Maddie, for giving us the suggestion to go there.
Yes, thanks, Maddie. It was great. Just being here and feeling the spirit, feeling the thing that I really took away from this celebration was this country's ready to just launch out. It's ready to just explode. It's ready to get back above Canada again. There was in 2014 where there was this ginormous jump in isogenics. Well, I really think that the company, the people in the company have gone through kind of a refiner's fire, and you guys are ready to just move forward and become even better than you are now. It's really exciting to see and to watch, and to just be a part of.
Right. I really concur with everything he said. Australia as a company, or Australia as a country, we've absolutely enjoyed the people here. And we feel really privileged to be a part of this celebration we got to come to. And it's funny because we didn't even know we could come. We were just invited, so we came. But we watch you from the States, and we watch what you guys are doing, and we're always just so inspired by you. Because there's 22 million people in Australia, and only about 70,000 have ever partaken of the products, and currently about 40,000, is that what they said, are on the system. So you have a lot of growth potential, and you have a lot that you can do. And never think of yourselves as small, because you are really, really big. And I felt an energy that we're just, Australia had this huge upswing, and you guys are about ready to launch again, and you all get to be a part of it. And it was such a joy to spend a few days with Greg and Rach and Rachel Pedretti at their home in Sunshine Coast when we first got here, because we really did do some masterminding and put together some systems. And Greg showed us some of his amazing systems that he's using, and was really open to some of the suggestions that we had. So hang on every word that these guys bring to you, because they really do care about you. They really want the best for you, and really, really have put together some really extraordinary things and made some changes and some streamlining and stuff that should be really brilliant for the growth of this entire team. So
I love that, Rach. And yeah, sorry, you going to say something?
Well, what's your first question besides how's Australia?
Yeah, so have you patted a kangaroo? I know you've patted a kangaroo.
Yes, I saw all of you today, so that was even more exciting than seeing it with you.
Okay. All right. So life is good, huh? So, these guys got over to Australia, and they're like, is there going to be like kangaroos jumping out in front of us? They're going to be down the main street. Like, where are these kangaroos at? They're like, no, they're, you got to go find the kangaroo. Anyway, they went and found them, they patted them, and they're all good. So, hey, I wanted big shout out to you guys, because they've really helped and given us so much information of what they do to duplicate in their team and what they've done over the last 18 years to get to the level they've got to. So for you guys, that's coming. Those systems are coming. We're excited to launch those. But first, Rach, did network marketing find you, or did you go out and find network marketing? So how did that come about? What did you do? And how did you find it?
What's kind of funny is I grew up with a mom. My mom signed up for all sorts of different things. She was always signing up for something or other. She was in Amway, and she did Cambridge and all these different things. All growing up, I saw her start something. I think she did Avon for a little while. I don't know if you know any of these companies, but and I swore I would never do network marketing, because I watched my mom kind of get into something, do it for a little while, and then quit and basically fail. And failure only comes when you quit. So my mom would try all these different things, and she never really stuck with anything. And so that was my experience. So when I was a brand new mom, I had a 4-month-old baby. I was sitting in the back of a room at a cooking show. The job that I did before Isogenics was called the Pampered Chef. And similar to Tupperware, where I would go in and I'd cook meals and I would make food for people using my tools. And I watched this girl do the show, and I thought, I could probably do this. I wanted to do something so that I could make some extra money, because I didn't want to leave my baby. I wanted to stay home with her. But I also realized really quickly that I needed something to kind of keep me focused and get me out of bed in the morning, because as much as I loved my 4-month-old baby, I needed to talk to humans above, 2 feet tall. Oh, feet. Let's see. I don't know how many meters that is. You get it. So I really just gravitated to network marketing because it was something I could do from home, and it was something I could do with flexibility on my terms as I was having and raising my babies. So my daughter is now 18 years old, the one that I've had through this whole thing. Both of my kids, actually, all of my kids have been raised in a home where they could have, where they saw their mom have flexibility. They saw their mom be empowered. They saw their mom be able to make money and do it around, you know, going to school field trips and different things that were important to them. So I feel that network marketing as a profession is an extraordinary thing for all people, but especially women who want to be able to have it all. They want to be able to have their, you know, be a mother and a wife and also a woman in the world. So I think of it as like, you know, my kids call me mom and my husband calls me honey. And then I'm also Rachel in the world. And I have this other professional side of me where I haven't lost touch of who I am. And so many people lose touch of who they are, like who they were as a young child or who they were in, you know, in high school or when you're graduating, when you're in college and you're moving forward in your life and you kind of forget who you are. So as a profession, there's nothing better than network marketing to help people build their confidence and their self-esteem and learn how to take no and not take it personal. These are skills that I've learned over lots of years of trial and error. I've failed forward a lot. And I think a lot of times people give up before they ever give themselves a chance, or they think, oh, this is something for other people. And just so that you know, every morning I wake up still thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. Some of these same thoughts run through my head because I think our minds are hardwired to help to make us fail, you know, like keep us comfortable and not do something that's out of our comfort zone. Our minds are meant to keep us safe. And so I just am better than most of you currently at getting up and turning off that voice in my head and standing up and moving forward anyway. And that's with the years of experience. So if you feel like you're sitting around waiting to feel the motivation or feel like it, guess what? You have to, motivation comes completely from inside, and it's decisions. It's making decisions every single day to do something uncomfortable, to do something scary, to do something that maybe you're not the world's best expert speaking about adaptogens, but you still can get up and talk about it. I like to say fake it till you make it, and just keep trying and keep working forward as you do the things and you listen to the people that have been there before and model what they're doing. And some people will do it one way and some people will do it another way, but there's really lots of right ways to do it. So the other message I like to share is to really act on your own inspirations and follow your heart, because if you look at all the Rachels that you have at your disposal, you've got Rachel Pedretti and you've got Rachel McConnell and you've got me now. And you could look at all three Rachels. We all have the same name, but we do our businesses extremely different. But that's okay because we're all successful. So everybody can, what you need to do is pick out what you like from Pedretti and pick out what you like from McConnell and pick out what you like from me or all the other people out there that are sharing their experiences. And then figure out the way that works best for you, because there's no way, Tremaine, that you're ever going to be able to do your business like me. But you can do it your way, and it's going to be beautiful.
Wow, that's absolute gold. So that's like, there is so many Rachels here, it's crazy. So we love all the Rachels, and they all do it so differently.
If your name is Rachel,
and that's the
shout.
yeah. If there's any other Rachels on here, just wave. So we do have a few more Rachels on here. Hey, Rachel, I wanted to ask you a question. 18 years experience, babe. Like, seriously, you've had some wall-kicking moments. Please share maybe 3 of your greatest wall-kicking moments. And more to the point, everyone has wall-kicking moments, but you've become 10-star platinum in isogenics. So you can have a wall-kicking moment and it can hold you there and you don't move from it, or you have a wall-kicking moment and move through it. What have you done? What are your wall-kicking moments, and what have you done, and what do you do to move through them?
Well, So a couple of wall kicking moments are those moments where you just have to like, you want to, yeah, I don't always kick the wall. I want to kick myself. I could beat myself up pretty bad if I let myself. Couple of examples would be like when I've been talking with somebody or sharing with somebody and then I didn't follow up properly, and 6 months later I find out that they've signed up with somebody else. That's one of those wall kicking moments. But I also have to know that that person gravitated to whoever they gravitated to because that was what was meant to be. I know through my journey that that things kind of align the way they're supposed to. I have a very specific example of that where it was somebody who was a builder in my other company. I went to New York with her. We had this wonderful time. I felt that we were really good friends, really close friends. She ended up with signing up with somebody she didn't know as well. And I thought, I took that really personal. I thought, that really stings. Well, it turns out a year later, this woman has created so much drama within her team, and she's had all of these problems, and people are like wanting to kick her out of pages and stuff. And you know what the beautiful thing is? I don't have to have anything to do with it. It's not my monkey, not my circus. So while in the moment I thought it was a bad thing and it hurt me, down the road I realized that I was actually being protected. So, and Greg did say, was it Greg who said, or maybe it was you, there's just different, oh, you were the one that said that this company has gone through kind of a refiner's fire, and the people that, especially in Australia, that were just kind of doing isogenics for the party, or they were just kind of doing it, you know, so-so or whatever, those people have kind of fallen away. And now what's left is the beautiful, strong people that are on this call, the people that are going to take over and really keep isogenics sacred and give it a really good name and you know, push it forward into the next, you know, generation. Did I answer your question?
I love that. Yeah, I love that, Rach. I love that too. Like, I suppose, what are some of the things that get you into the right state of mind each day? You've been doing this 18 years, right? You would have some rituals that help you each day. Like, what is your mantra? I love your business name, Embrace the Glow. I love it. Like, glow, you know, you can expand on that if you like, but like, there's got to be a mantra. What is it that gets you up? You don't have to get up, ever. You and JT could just go and snorkel and scuba dive and go off into the Whitsundays and never talk to another person about isogenics again. Well, why do you do it?
It's a good question, Greg. And every now and then during those wall kicking times, I have a temptation just to do that very thing. The very thing of just going off and disappearing on a beach somewhere, never to be seen. Again, putting in my 100 BB order and walking away completely. Because there are people in this business, and because it's a people business, we have to deal with some people. So by nature of my team, I've got over 16,000 people on my team right now. So there's bound to be a few rotten apples in the bunch. And it's sometimes because I take this business so personal and I pour my heart and my love in, occasionally people don't, there's individual people occasionally that don't appreciate, or they want to, we call it arrows, they shoot arrows. So that's probably the hardest part of this business is the way that people can kind of respond to you. But our company is called Embrace the Glow, and we kind of came up with that together. It's really smart to come up with a personal icon of some sort, or you know, if you're thinking of yourself as an executive, or if that's your goal to be an executive, start acting like one now. Start volunteering to be a speaker on the calls, and start acting like an executive now, because eventually you will be. And at the point that we, in our team, when you get to executive, you kind of create your own little business page, and then you can start being seen as a leader with your team while staying a part of the big product pages and such. It's always important to start showing up as a leader. So we have our brand is Embrace the Glow, and GLOW stands for gratitude, lifestyle, opportunity, and wellness. And we've used that glow we have glow nights. We do a lot of community stuff. I love what Rosanna's done with her team, bringing everybody together to watch the call, because that's just creating community. And the more that you get people to feel like they're a part of something, this right here is a beautiful community. You all come in and you join in to partake of the information here. But as you start working together and all start giving back and start providing back value, it's a really, really important piece to make sure that you're always giving value to the group. When I think of gratitude, I think of, saying good job to people while they're posting on their pages and while they're out there on Facebook, putting themselves out there with pictures and different things to just validate those things within the group. If you're all pouring into each other, it increases the vibe of the entire team. You've got your lifestyle. You're always sharing different things that you can do to help make this process easier, because we're all living the ISA lifestyle, but what does that mean? And making sure that you're posting in like the healthy living page and sharing with the team and pouring back in. We train our team not to just post on your own wall and here and there, but to really pour in, really spend, if all you have is 15 extra minutes a day, set a timer and sit on those pages for 15 minutes and comment and like and share and add value to the team, because what you're going to do with everybody is everybody has somebody on their team probably that they're financially linked to that they didn't enroll, and it might be one person, it might be 20 people, it doesn't matter. You're going to have people in this team that everybody is linked and working together. So if you start to really think of yourself as a freight train, and you start acting like you're all on the same page, on the same tracks, going in the same direction, and link arms with each other, your team's just going to totally explode. And you're going to be able to share that opportunity with so many people, because people really crave and miss being a part of a community. And I think that's something that we really offer more than anywhere else that I've seen, is a really supportive community. And then the final thing is the wellness. I think of it as spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, financial. We are all on a journey to become better than we were. And every single person, by the raise of hands, if you're on this call, if you are a better person than when you started Isogenics in some area, raise your hand. See, our job is simply to help people become a better version of themselves. And on every level, we're on a journey of personal development. And the people that grow more personally are the ones that make the most money. And if you'll just take on the challenge of personal development, whether it's reading good books, whether it's pouring into podcasts, being on these calls, maybe it's even coaching your own team members to help them bring out the greatness in them. It will grow you exponentially as a person and also grow your team. It's linked.
And the reason we keep doing this, the reason we don't just go off and buy our own private island or something like that and just sit there, is how boring would that get? By yourself all the time. How much more fun would it be to help others get to the same level you're at and be able to do these things together, be able to go scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef with a bunch of friends on a liveaboard that can all just come with you and do it together. That's why we still do this. That's why we get up in the morning. That's why we're here on this call, is to show everybody that this is possible for anyone. It's not limited to just a few at the top. It's available for anyone to reach this level. Yes, she's had 18 years of experience, and that's why she was able to rise really quickly. And the rest of you, you're working towards that. But the other thing that you guys have that is so different from any other company is you have massive amounts of training that are available to you. Yes. They have David Wood that you can go and listen and have him teach you how to be a better version of yourself. You have the Healthy Mind and Body program that you can do to help you get through this program. You have the ISA Body Challenge. You have all these things available to you that her former company didn't have. They had one meeting a year, and that was it. And that was the training they got, and that was all that they had. This has just training after training after training that's available to you, so that on your schedule you can go and be a part of that training, feel the community of it, and be able to, you know, rise up and get to this level. So yeah, we could go off to a beach somewhere, but we'd rather go off to a beach somewhere with everybody.
Yes, like the McConnells. We plan to spend every March with you for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
Since we started the first 3 Marches in a row.
Yeah, and I love that. I love the fact that, you know, you want to bring people along with you, and that's why you guys are on our call. I know it 100%. Not one like dollar goes into your account from what any of our team do from this call. And that just shows the absolute gratitude that we have for you guys giving up your time, because you're literally in Australia. You can be doing anything right now. Like, you could be swimming with dolphins. You could be in Byron Bay sipping a latte. I don't know what. You could be doing anything, right? But no, you've chosen to go, you know what? We want to jump on your call and share, because if it impacts one person or two people from this call and they can jump in the barrier reef with you, then, you know, how cool is that? So one final question before I want to open it up to the other guys for some questions are, okay, 18 years experience. You were 16 years with, sorry?
The Pampered Chef, yeah.
Pampered Chef, sorry. I didn't remember the first word. Why Isogenics? Why Isogenics? You were very successful before. You had 16 years experience in that company. Why Isogenics?
That is such a good question, because, like, honestly, I never was planning on doing anything but Pampered Chef. I was really good at it. I know exactly what to do. People said after every show, you're the best. This is so great. I didn't have any trouble with bookings. I didn't have any trouble with sales. I was so good at it, and I could do it in my sleep. So when I was approached by Trudy Maples, she came to my house looking amazing. She'd been posting on Facebook that she was losing weight, and I almost unfriended her because I hadn't been losing weight, so that made me mad. But she came to my house and she had this beautiful vibrant glow on her skin, and I could tell she had a lot of energy and she just looked really healthy, and I wanted to feel better. So I literally just started the product so I could feel better, and she's like, well, let me show you how much you can make. And I was like, no, I'm totally good. I love my job. I was at the top of my game. And I started using the products, and she continued to share with me the opportunity that first month as I was transforming and my body was changing. And I was actually not allowed to share with anybody, because I signed an agreement when I was 23 years old that I would only sell Pampered Chef and nothing else. So unlike everybody else, you know, in this call, I was literally under contract never to share. And I had to make this massive decision, because I felt like I'd swallowed a rainbow after about 5 days. I just felt so good. And I wanted to tell people about it, but I couldn't. And so it started to really eat at me. It was really bothering me, because I had a friend who wanted to know what I was doing. People were saying, what's going on? You look amazing. You know, what's different about you? You look incredible. I was called stunning 3 times, and I'd never been called stunning in my life. And so I really was just kind of in hell, because I couldn't share. So I woke up in the middle of the night. I started the products on March 30th. I woke up in the middle of the night on April 30th, and I woke my husband and I said, honey, I know what I have to do. And he said, what? Go back to sleep? And I was like, no, I need to give up my team so that I can, you know, enroll my friend Edith in Isogenics. And he said, are you crazy? Like, he woke up and he just said, are you crazy? I was making $5,000 a month regularly, and I had to give up that income in order to enroll my friend, but that's how convicted I was. Why Isogenics? Because this product changes people inside and out. And while I was enjoying helping families come to the dinner table, and I was helping people like cook more, and I was helping them with their skills in that regard, and I felt like I was helping people, I wasn't really helping people. At the end of my life, you know, I kind of had also recently gone to a funeral of a friend, and they were talking about her life, and I could only imagine at the end of my life people saying, She was a really good Pampered Chef lady. Like, it just didn't sound like it was worth my life. It was a great playground to develop my leadership. It was a great playground for me to learn these skills. And then I found the company, my forever company, that I wanted to build my life around. It just feels like a path with purpose, being able to help people and encourage people. And even through the hard stuff, even through the, breakdowns and the food addictions. And I have my own little food addiction that I'm battling. Imagine taking the biggest weakness of my life, my biggest pain point has always been my weight. And I threw my entire career into it. It was like I ran and jumped off of a cliff. And luckily, I had a golden parachute on my back. Luckily, I did align with a great company. Luckily, I had, I feel that I was led to this company through God. And I felt like I was following the path that was placed in front of me. Not everybody believes in God, and that's okay, but I truly feel like I was led to this, and I just had to keep trusting in that inspirational center that was inside my own heart. I'd wake up every morning with that same fear, oh my gosh, what have I done? And then I would have a calmness and a peacefulness, and then I would just say a prayer. Who can I speak to today, Lord? Who can I touch today? How can I make a difference for somebody? And it was overwhelming at first because there was so much to think about, so much to do, and so much to learn. But if I just made sure to contact the people that popped into my head, and if any of you have had somebody pop into your head during this call, then call them and say, I was thinking about you. There is nothing inauthentic about that. People are always looking for a script or something like an opening line. And the best opening line in the world is, I was thinking about you. You've been on my mind, on my heart. I was at this event this last week, and I couldn't get you out of my mind. That is an authentic way to open any conversation with anyone. And as you're thinking of people, write them down. In my conference notebook, I always have a page where I just write down the people that come to my mind while I'm sitting there in these events. And if you're sitting at work and you have somebody pop into your head and you can't call them right then, have some sort of a system in place, like whether you're writing in sticky notes or taking notes, notes inside your phone or something. Keep track of the people that pop into your mind and then do the action of following up. Do the action of reaching out. That is the hardest thing for people to master is that fear moment when you're about to pick up the phone. I used to imagine that the phone was like like a snake or something like really dangerous. And I'm always still afraid of the phone. I call it phone phobia, where you're just like afraid of what's going to happen when you pick up the phone. Sometimes that fear overtakes you and stops you from doing it. And sometimes when you power through the fear, you pick up the phone anyway, because the answer is no, unless you ask. Like, nothing's changed if they say no to you. And people really get so upset or nervous or scared by a no, but you have to remember nothing has changed. So a no doesn't mean anything. It just means nothing changed. But you could end up finding those maybes, and you could find those yeses, or pique somebody's interest, or drop a nugget or plant a seed. The other thing a really expert network marketer knows is people don't often say yes the first time. It's usually about the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th time, the 8th touch. And many people give up at like the 3rd or the 4th, follow-up. And it's always the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th that people start to say yes. So don't give up too quickly. Now, if somebody says no, walk away. There's plenty of people out there. But, I always hear people go, well, they seemed interested and they're not calling me back, or they're not answering my phone, or whatever. People get busy, and you have to remember, because if you've ever not called somebody back in your life and meant to, that they're probably just suffering from the exact same thing where they just got busy. So it's your job to keep reaching out, keep inviting, keep touching, keep commenting on their Facebook posts, and showing love, genuine love and support and friendship until the next natural opportunity to share comes up.
Wow. serious amount of wows right there. Like, honestly, put a thumbs up or put a yes in the comments if literally when you heard Rach say that if you don't do anything, nothing changes. And if someone gets a no, nothing changes. Like, literally put a yes in the comments. Like, just go yes, 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 yes. Look at that, Rach. Like another yes if that's a wall. Like, another yes if that's a breakthrough. Just go yes, 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 yes. Like, yeah, honestly, it's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. That if literally you do not make that call, nothing changes. And if they say no, same thing, nothing's changed. Like, it's genius. I'm like, oh my God, that is so good. But the only thing that can happen from making a call is a positive. Because if they say yes, you're moving forward. If they say no, nothing's changed. So just keep making the calls to keep moving forward. Genius. That's 18 years experience. This girl and this guy who are married, who have 3 kids, who've maxed out their business center, on their way to maxing out their second business center, like, far out. This is so good. Like, these guys have flown from America to spend time in Australia, to the celebration in Australia, and then they want to just jump on here just because they want to for an hour just to go, here's some gold nuggets of 18 years. Like, far out.
Best friend, stop acting like I'm just a girl in the world. Give me a break. Like, the way you talk about me, sometimes I'm embarrassed and I want to hide under a rock. Because
yeah, your face is as red as your top. It's fine.
Know. I put on
your face is as red as my forehead.
Oh my hell.
Your face is as red as my forehead. Like, look at that thing. Like, that is 3rd-degree burns. So, but yeah, I did. It's just when you've got white, paley red hair, you get burnt anywhere. So the thing is, I know that we're short on time. We're at the hour. Did anyone want to ask a question to JT and Rach? You guys have got these guys for a few more minutes for a few more questions. So please open up and ask some questions. I'm just going to mute.
Hi guys, it's Fawn. How are you?
Hi Fawn.
The question I really wanted to ask was about follow-up, and how long did it take you to get a good follow-up system in place so that you made sure you were constantly reaching out to people?
A good follow-up system is simply this: you must track everything. That's another sign of an expert network marketer, is having a tracking system. So every time you talk to somebody, they go on a list, and you just keep using that same list. A list with lots of names on it is like money in the bank for you. You have to keep track of who you talk to, because it's really easy to like have a great conversation with the cashier at the grocery store and then walk away and then forget about it. But if you've added them as a friend on Facebook and you've added them to the Healthy Living page, you have to keep track, because every time you do any kind of an event, anytime you have a tasting, or I don't know if you guys do launch party type things, live events. I did lots and lots. I did one every single week my first year, at different houses, not always my own, every single month at my own house. Then I tried to get somebody in my team to have one. And I just would do 1 or 2 a week for that first year, because it creates an opportunity for a touch. I know that we sometimes get frustrated by the number of people that show up at these events, but that's not the point. The point is not that you have this massive room full of people. The point is you have an opportunity to reach out to people and invite them to something. And so make sure as a team you guys have these events happening regularly, that you have something to invite people to. So you guys, just like having this regular weekly call, it's really important that you guys plug in and have an opportunity for people who, when they're ready to listen. How many of you are so grateful for Greg and for putting this call together so that your team members can get trained if they want to plug in? That's the point. The point is having the event. And Greg, having the call, is acting like an executive. He's acting like a leader. So if you have an idea to have people together to taste what are they called? Sweet chili, Thai
sweet
crisps.
chili.
Just have people over and say, we're having a sweet Thai chili party or something. Like, you can just get your team together. It doesn't matter what it's about. I keep a lot of things real casual, and then we talk about the business, but it's about creating community and having things to invite people to.
How many lists have you had, and how many times have you had to redo that list?
I redo my list every year. Like, I just kind of clean it up and revamp it. But I have lists for how many people liked my original belly shot when I posted a power post. How many people are already doing isogenics? Everybody goes on my list that I've talked to, people who said that they're not interested now, people who said, check back with me later. And I just use my list as a tickler. I have the list and all the names on it, and I look at the list regularly, and as I'm reading through, a name will pop out. Call this person or call that person, or, oh, I need to follow up with that person. I use a lot of inspiration, but other people might be a little bit more systematic by like sending messages regularly and making sure that you might create something like send 10 text messages a day to people on your list. Everybody has their different way. I'm a little bit more free-spirited about it. That works for me. But I definitely keep track, and I have that list to remind me who to follow up with.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for keeping me on track.
I'd like to have a go if I can. So thank you so much for jumping on. Both of you were really grateful. Greg, you're on holiday as well, so yeah, I'm really, really grateful to you as well, mate. My name's Lee. I'm actually based in the UK, so a new market, but learning so much from the guys in Australia, which is ace. My question to you is, can you think back to your first 6 months in your previous company and your first 6 months in Isogenics? Now, I know a lot of us have maybe contacted our friends, and we're all fumbling a little bit and trying to enroll people, and it seems to be at this point the enrolling point that maybe some of us struggle when I watch these calls. How did you build momentum in that first 6 months outside of, let's say, your warm market? What's the key thing that you sort of do, and who do you look for?
Well, it is simply a numbers game. First of all, you need to know, like at the very, very first, I've always done live events. I mean, with my other job, that's what we did. We had live events, and that was my job, doing cooking shows. So I'd make food, and people would come and they'd watch me make it and buy the tools. So I'm very accustomed, and I did 1,200 cooking shows in my other job. So for me to stand up in front and present something was really normal and really what I did, because I know my best, one of the things about me that's great is being able to, banter with people or share, like in a belly-to-belly situation. I prefer belly-to-belly over phone calls or text or Facebook any day of the week. So what you need to do is figure out what you like and what you feel like you're best at, and do that. So if you're really awesome at social media and you want to sit behind a computer and you have all these algorithms figured out, do that. But if you feel like you have the best success doing one-on-one, here's one of the best things that I ever did in the very beginning. And this is a golden nugget, so take notes on it. When my friends would say, oh man, I haven't seen you in a while, we should get together for lunch, I would always say, yes, let's do it. But here's the thing, I'm doing this new kind of system, so would it be okay if you come over and I'll make you lunch? And people know I'm a good cook, so that was in my advantage. But I would always be ready to make a chicken Caesar salad for anybody at any time. They'd come over to my house so we could have lunch together, and I would make myself a shake. And before I made them a Caesar salad, I'd say, do you want to try the shake instead? And they'd often say yes. So then I would take my shake and I'd give them half, and I'd cut a bar in half, and we would eat a shake and half a bar and visit. And it was just a connection, and they had a chance to taste it. That was a lot cheaper than going out to lunch. So it was a really nice savings. We'd always have a great time. We'd be at the comfort of my house or theirs. I'd even go to their house sometimes to just come. But I call these private tastings. So if ever I had an opportunity to go meet with somebody face to face, belly to belly, I'd always have a bar and a shake ready to go so that I could have lunch. So that was really something that I made sure I had 2 or 3 lunches every single week, because that would give me enough conversations that would, usually lead to 1 or 2 enrollments a week. Okay, Lee, I can't hear you talking. I can see your mouth moving.
That's amazing. Oh, what's happening? That's amazing. Thank you so much for everything. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I hope that helps.
Yeah, that is genius. Oh my God.
It's pretty.
Greg froze.
Are you? You're sounding like a robot.
There we go. Back.
Am I? Okay. I would love to talk to you guys all day, but I understand if you guys are going to go, hop off the call. I know that we're over the hour. If there's anyone who wanted to ask another question, please yell out to JT and Rach. This is your chance. If not, we will leave you guys there and we'll come back on Monday. And the main thing from tonight's call is some absolute gold nuggets from these guys. 18 years experience in this business, incredible. But more importantly, we've just come out of celebration. I would be focused on putting at least one thing into action from celebration and just focused on that, because that's really important. Put something into action that's going to move your business forward coming out of celebration, because yes, we can get into overwhelm. Yes, there's a lot of information, but the most important thing is to do something that moves you forward. So is there any other questions?
I can be here all night. Bring it on.
Yeah, I've got a question.
I know.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Rhiannon.
How you going? Thank you so much. This has been awesome. Can I ask, you were talking before about, when you wake up in the morning and you've just got to get rid of that voice. How do you, what is your little thing that you do to overcome the fear? And even when you're just about to talk to people, I still get that fear. Like I feel like I'm led and God leads me to people and people are put in front of me and I'll walk away and go, oh, now I can see where that conversation could have gone. So what's your advice for overcoming that?
He's whispering in my ear to talk about the bear. So here's the thing. Your fears, those silly voices in your head, sometimes they'd get so loud and so angry that I'd almost have to picture like a grizzly bear, like this bear that's ready to attack, right? Because I almost make a game out of it. Like I can hear my voice in my head now and I can hear what I'm trying to tell myself. And so I conceptualize it as a grizzly bear and then I just punch it in the face. So it's a power move. You might even hear, what's his name? The guy who does Healthy Mind and Body.
Oh, Rod Hairston.
Rod Hairston talks about doing a power move. So I just kind of punch it and then I almost over fear it out. Does that make any sense? I just make fun of it because the thing in my head is way worse than ever. You know what I mean? Like when you go into a place and you've got yourself dressed up and you're concerned about, oh my gosh, what are people thinking about my outfit? Or what are they thinking about how I look in this bathing suit? Or, we overdo it in our head. And the truth is nobody cares. People do not care about you as much as you think they do. People really, you're not that special. And I tell myself that all the time. For me to get so worked up and worried about a phone call or a conversation, I am not that special because that other person is not thinking anything about me. And I am getting really worked up and stressed out over that. So I've become a lot more clear about how the world works. And fear is just, what is the acronym? False evidence appearing real. So we will always work out worse stuff in our brains than what's actually real. And so sometimes I have to, like, you know, that the person who never calls you back, like you've called them and you've called them and you've left a message, and then you start thinking, oh my gosh, they think that I'm gross. They think I'm disgusting. I'm the worst person in the world. They must hate me. This is what our brains are doing. That's how it's happening. So I'll call them back and say something like, hey, now that you're, as soon as you get back from being abducted by aliens, I just want to make sure you're okay. Like, I make a joke out of the fact that they haven't called me, and then they call me right away. So it's just, you just start to play around with the fear and realize that it's no bigger than, it's not an actual grizzly bear. There's not actually an alien. There's not actually this, you know, thing going on. We just kind of make it a bigger deal than it really is. Did that help?
Yes, that's
And
awesome. Thank you.
have something you say about fear too. Will you share
Oh,
your thoughts on fear?
Well, if you really analyze and you really look at what fear is and where it came from, it's all just made up.
Yes.
None of it's real. Fear is not a real thing. It's something we've made up in our heads. And it's something that we as a society, as a world, have created this quote unquote fear. The fear of talking to someone, the fear of just going up and randomly having a conversation. If you look at children and when they're young, they go and they make friends with random people all the time on a playground. They don't
And
have
they
the
dance
fear.
like nobody's watching, and
They do. They just do it. The fear is something that they learn. It's a learned thing. And so you have to learn how to unlearn fear.
Another thing about fear, Rhiannon, is that you cannot have fear and love in the same space ever. They can't exist together. So I'm getting a lot better about replacing the fear with the love. So like when it comes to the fear of calling somebody that, you know, like either a lot of times when I get scared to call somebody is when like I haven't been in integrity with calling them timely. Like I might say, hey, yeah, I'll pop you a shake sample in the mail, or I'll give you a call next Thursday, and a week goes by and then I feel stupid, like, because dang it, I didn't follow through. And then I start to make this whole thing. And I have to stop and say, am I acting in fear or am I acting in love? Am I acting in scarcity or am I acting in abundance? And if you can replace the love you have for other people and the opportunity you have that you can actually help them with the fear, it always calms me down and calms my heart so that I can make that phone call.
And just remember too, the fear that you feel yourself, the other people on the other side are also feeling that same fear.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're running around. Yes. They're running around trying to look good for you. Are you kidding? Here we are running around trying to look good for everybody else, but they're running around trying to look good for us. So it's just a big circle. It's crazy.
I love it. Thank you so much, JT, Rach. Hey, I'd love for everyone, if you can just put a massive, if you got value from tonight's call, just put a yes in the comment. You can just like give these guys some love. You know, they are in Australia. They could be doing anything right now. And they're giving their time up to help us out. So big yes in the comments if you've got some absolute gold from tonight. So thank you so much, Rach, JT. We feel like you are Aussies. You just have like this weird accent that doesn't sound like us, but you're Aussies on the inside. You just sound like American, and that's okay. But we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for getting on tonight's call and inspiring our team, because you know that our team are going to take from this week, game-changing week, and go from there.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again for getting asking us to
Can
be
you
on
hear
the
me
call.
okay?
We were just going to call you all. And you really have always been such a great friend to us, Greg. We feel lucky that we got to be partners in that Battle of the Bands years ago, a friendship that's going to last for a long time. And so thank you for saying such kind things about us. It's been an absolute treat to get to know you and your team better. And we already have our tickets for Celebration next year. So if you didn't come to Celebration, shame on you. And you'll have another chance because we'll be there next year in Brisbane. We already have our hotels booked. Thank you, Tremaine. And we already have our tickets. And so we will be coming back for sure.
So thankful. I'm back. Thanks guys. So thankful, and you guys are amazing, and we look forward to. Our team looks forward to seeing you next year. We'll be bigger and better. We'll have more people on this call, more people at Celebration for you to talk to and inspire. So thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We love you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, love you guys heaps. Speak soon.